Hey everyone, have you been hunting for a mini PC that can actually keep up with your gaming or work needs without taking up half your desk? I know I was, and after digging through a bunch of options, I came across the GMKtec Mini Gaming PC with the Ryzen 9 8945HS. Does it actually deliver on performance and features without breaking the bank? Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the processor here is an AMD Ryzen 9 8945HS, which runs up to 5.1 GHz in turbo mode. That's no slouch for a mini PC. It's basically like having a full-size desktop squeezed into something that fits in your palm. I've been using it for a mix of gaming and video editing, and honestly, it handles both without any noticeable lag. The 32GB of DDR5 RAM is also a huge plus because you're not constantly worrying about running out of memory when you've got multiple tabs or applications open. Storage is another area where this mini PC shines. It comes with a 2TB SSD, which is already plenty for most users, but the best part is that it has dual SSD slots. That means if you ever need more space, you can just pop in another drive without having to replace the existing one. I've filled up about half of it so far with games and files, and it's still running smoothly. The SSD speed is also noticeably fast, so booting up and loading applications feels almost instant. Now, let's talk about connectivity because that's where a lot of mini PCs fall short. This one has an Oculink port, which is great if you're into VR or need super fast data transfer speeds. It also supports 8K quad-screen displays, which is overkill for most people, but if you're setting up a multi-monitor workstation or a high-end gaming rig, it's a nice feature to have. The dual NIC with 2.5 gigabits per second Ethernet is another standout. I've been using it for file transfers between my other devices, and the speed is seriously impressive, no more waiting around for large files to move. Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.2 are included as well, so you're not stuck relying solely on wired connections. The Wi-Fi is stable, and I haven't had any issues with lag when streaming or gaming online. The USB-C 4.0 port is a nice addition too, especially if you're using newer peripherals or external GPUs. It's one of those features that you might not use every day, but when you need it, it's there. The build quality is solid for a mini PC. It's got a premium feel with dual fans to keep things cool under load. I've pushed it pretty hard with gaming sessions and some heavy multitasking, and it stays quiet and doesn't overheat. The design is sleek and compact, so it doesn't look out of place on a desk, even if you're going for a minimalist setup. Now, I'll be honest, there are a couple of things to keep in mind. First, while the Ryzen 9 8945HS is powerful, it's not going to replace a high-end desktop for hardcore gaming or professional workloads. It's great for 1080p and even 1440p gaming, but if you're aiming for 4K at max settings, you might need to tweak some settings or invest in a better GPU setup. Second, the price is a bit steep compared to some other mini PCs out there, but you're paying for the performance and features, so it's a trade-off. Overall though, this GMKtec Mini Gaming PC is a fantastic option if you need a compact, powerful machine that can handle both work and play. It's versatile, future-proof with its connectivity options, and built to last. If you've been searching for a mini PC that doesn't cut corners, this one's worth a look. Link is below if you want to grab one for yourself. For most buyers, the real question is not whether GMKtec Mini Gaming PC AMD Ryzen 9 8945HS, Turbo 5.1 GHz, 32GB DDR5 2TB SSD, Oculink, HDMI 2.1, DP 2.1/I226V Dual NIC LAN 2.5G/USB-C 4.0 Wi-Fi 6/BT 5.2, USB 3.2. Dual fan Nucbox K11 sounds impressive on paper, but weather strengths like AMD Ryzen 9 8945HS processor and 32GB DDR5 dual-channel and 2TB SSD dual-slot expansion actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile after the first few days of excitement wear off.